Well, what up guys, today we're going to be changing the two front axles on my 03 Honda Rancher 350. I was looking at some videos and it said, well, it's acting like it's got a wheel bearing out. I'll jack it up here and show you. So, yeah. I pulled everything off here last night. I ain't got a wheel bearing out or nothing. I greased my wheel bearings. I cannot seem to find a problem, and I changed around my axles last night, and I got on it today and drove it, and it's making a weird popping noise. So I figured I'd make a video on switching them around. So first thing you want to do is get your lugs off. I don't fast forward my videos, so please watch them. And it really don't take that long to do this. What kind of tools you're going to need to do this if you do it. It's either 17 or 11/16 for the lugs if you got factory lugs, and you need a 17 for that top ball joint bolt and a 22 for your axle nut. And I got a new set of tires. I think I mentioned that in my last video. Then you get your axle nut off here. Now I'm not going to make a video on the other side because it's identical to this side. So you're going to need a, I think it's a 14 or a half inch. Find it here. Now, I will be making a video actually here soon on doing the back disc brakes, and then there'll be another video about doing the front. It'll be a little bit later though. Disc brakes are so expensive. It's I'm buying the back for I think $230, and that's just one side. Because where this is a straight axle on the back, it ain't got both side discs. And I'm buying the two sides for front for $130, so it really ain't that bad. I can get both sides for $130 for the front. So we're gonna be making a video on the back. I'm going to get all these bolts out of here. I hate these brakes right here. I wish Honda would have put them on here in 03. Probably still have brake. I ain't got nothing hooked up to these because these right here for both sides, they're so expensive. I might as well just go ahead and switch the disc anyway. Then go ahead and break this bottom steering bolt loose because you want to take your whole knuckle off. I put this on there with the air gun last night. I was going the wrong way. do not strip this out. I know this is right. Might just have to leave it on there. Really don't feel like starting my air compressor. There it goes. I hope you guys can see good. It's my homemade tripod. Pull that off. Usually thread my nut back on this. That way I don't lose it. Last night I forgot to tighten these up. And whenever I jacked it up this morning, they was loose. Make sure you do not forget to tighten them up. And I am going to be changing ball joints on this thing here soon, too, so. Then you can go ahead and break this top ball joint. Might as well go ahead and put this on here, that way it's easier to break. Going the wrong way again. I hate ball joints. If we was working on that other side over there, if I was started on that side, it'd been a whole lot worse. My bottom ball joint's stripped. It still holds in place, but you need to take that tie rod out. Then make sure you don't hit nowhere around these bolt holes, because I made that mistake and it barred this up. Now I only got 3 bolts holding it on. I'm gonna take a hammer and the bearings are good, everything's good in the bearings. So, that right there is easy. And then the only thing that you do is you just repeat this. Now I will show you before I cut this video off. Take, whenever you, if you're doing this, take your nut and thread up on the axle until it's flush with the shaft on the axle. Till it's about flush. Then take it and make sure that them gears line up in that front diff. And it's in there. And you can thread your bolt back off. But that's all they are to it. There really ain't nothing to it. You just take your top and ball joint, top, lower ball joint off. Take your hands, and if you ain't never took your axles out, it'll be much harder. So what you want to do is get a pry bar behind this, and kind of let somebody pull it while somebody else pries on it, and it'll come out. Now I did break a four-wheel drive shaft, or four-wheel drive axle last year, whenever I was riding, and it was hard to get out because it was broke right here, and you could only, didn't have much room to pull it, so I just got a bar stuck behind in between the diff and the axle, and let my cousin pry it, and I yanked it out, and it come out real easy. Now, whenever you take these out, make sure that there's not real dirty oil in it. If you ain't never changed your oil, you might want to change your front diff oil and rear differential oil. But I figured it'd be too boring for me to film the other side, taking it apart, because it's the same thing. But just make sure that you thread that nut up on there, because if you burr these up, you'll have to buy this whole shaft or just get another cup. And it ain't that bad rebuilding these, but I think I'd rather just thread a nut up on it and won't have to waste no more money. So I rebuilt this one, this side. I rebuilt it because it broke. I had to rebuild it. I had an old axle that I took out of this. Now these are aftermarket axles. I didn't have this problem with my tires shaking acting like it's a wheel bearing out until I put these axles in there. So it could be something wrong with these axles. I'm not sure, but I believe I'm going to switch back to stock axles later. So if your oil's red on this, whenever you pull it out, it's good. Mine's kind of brownish, so you probably have to change it. It ain't been changed in about 2 years, so I'll definitely have to make a video on that, changing it. I went riding and didn't film, so I will film. Hopefully I can get to film the next ride that I go on. Should be pretty fun. And make sure if you take both of these sides off at once and both of them's off, make sure you do not get these mixed up, the knuckles. Whatever you do, don't get these mixed up, because yeah, it'll be backwards. And you'll put this side on, have it all on, put that side on, and it'll be backwards. So, but my wheel bearings are easy, and if you're changing a wheel bearing on this, I've actually had to change the wheel bearing before. It's got a snap ring in there. I didn't know this, but it's got a snap ring in there behind it, and that snap ring, you can't even, I mean, you barely can't even see it. So, but that's gonna be it for today. So, like, subscribe, make sure you follow me, give me a like. I need more followers, and that'll be it.